Hi there. In this lecture we see Mikhail Tal against Vladimir Saigin in 1954. This was actually a match for the USSR master title. In round 3 we see Mikhail Tal playing with the white pieces with e4. We have Sicilian defense, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, and now a little bit of an unusual move. It's not the most popular move in this position, but it is kind of dangerous. Black commits e5 here, so we have knight f3, but potentially this suffers from the d5 hole, potentially the Boleslavsky hole. We have knight bd7, and now bishop d3. This seems a good supportive move of the centre e4 pawn. Bishop e7 and now a4, trying to restrain black from b5. Both sides castle, knight c5, and now king h1. This is a very, very interesting position. We see queen c7. Now sometimes queen c7 might be a target for knight d5 if this knight's not looking at d5. That's an important consideration. Knight d5 can potentially be dangerous. We see queen e1. This is a fantastic perk of playing f4, that the queen can sometimes switch to the king side for attacking potential. So a dangerous looking position. Bishop e6, and now the committal f5 is played. Black retreated the bishop. Intriguingly, bishop b3 is an interesting tactical move, but white can respond with rook a3. If knight takes, c takes, this ends up being much better for white after bishop g5. That Boleslavsky hole is decisive here after bishop takes, for example. And if here bishop takes, then knight d5 and knight b4. Yeah, these variations are pretty much winning for white. Yeah, with bishop b3. If we look at this again, also if d5, we can simply just snap off on b3. So anyway, the bishop retreated, and here is a really star move of the game, which actually shows the big attacking potential of the white position. Perhaps black was aiming, to put more pressure on e4, and maybe one day even, create a battery on e4. But time is of the essence. What would you play here for 200 points? It's a very, very interesting attacking move. Okay, g4. This is very, very dangerous. If this knight is chased away, then knight d5, big move, knight d5. Black plays d5. If bishop c6, g5, and if knight takes d3, c takes, this situation is very pleasant for white. This is very, very dangerous for black to play. This is just a fictional continuation. But you can see white is going to get a very, very strong attacking bind. On knight takes g4, then knight d5 first, now rook g1 for that g-file. And as you might imagine, this is pretty dangerous stuff. White doesn't even need to win the exchange here. Even stronger is just bishop c4. So for example, king h8, we can play knight g5. So now if the rook does move, there's knight takes f7. And if bishop c6, then we can take the exchange here and get a crushing position. This is really quite crushing, as you can imagine. So we're looking at taking out f6 here to threaten checkmate. Yeah, it's crashing through. If we go back earlier, so after bishop c4, if instead of king h8, if rook e8, then there's fun and games with f takes, h takes, and here, can you see what white can play here for 50 points? Which shows one of the strengths of bishop c4 is actually rook takes g6 check. And if f takes, knight takes f6 check, queen h4, and this is devastating stuff. This is real king's crushing stuff. The king is getting crushed. Checkmate. If we go again with this fun and games business, if king h7, queen h4, and this situation after knight takes f6 check, bishop g5 check, queen h6 is checkmate. So yeah, there's huge attacking implications of g4 if this pawn is taken. That road to the king, as you might intuitively suspect, is pretty dangerous for the black king's safety. So we see d5. Unfortunately for black, d5, in some ways, there's a general principle that you counter a flank attack with a central, like, counterplay, central attack. But here, it doesn't quite work in this position. g5 is played, and this really is problematic for black. Black ended up just giving up a piece with d takes e4. The thing is, knight f takes e4 is an underminable knight. Guess what white would play here? Which is simple and strong. Weakness of the last move. We just take on d5. So here, and then we take on e4, and we can handle the pin. There's no backfire. c4. Piece up. Thanks very much. So in the game, yeah, it is a disaster, this position. We have d takes e4 being played. And Tal just takes on f6, and then takes on e4. And he's just basically won a piece. This is hopeless for black. Piece down. Black resigned here. If the game continues, say queen d8, queen g3, bishop takes f5, we can carry on our attack on the f and g files. So for example here, it's just a very, very strong attacking position with material up. So it's understandable that black resigned. So yeah, it's just a very, very interesting game in a way, how this f4 system, how is this so dangerous? How did it get such a dangerous attacking position after? It's funny, this Boleslavsky hole in the background here, how it can cause some major issues. This was a great move. Not only is the move, quite often to do with the diagonal, but as we see here, that g4 facilitation sometimes for rook g1, for a rapid rook g1, is another key point here. And this nice sliding queen move, not minding at all knight takes d3, that would strengthen white's centre, and maybe white could use the c file after. So white is pretty kind of solid in the centre. The central control is kind of solid, reliable, and g4 is possible here. It is a ready-made attacking position. So yes, a very, very interesting move. And, you can imagine if black plays a move like h6, then this g-file is going to open up as well with g5. It's just a very, very dangerous position. On top of that, any taking on f6, there's always knight d5. So this is really a fantastic position. It's a clear advantage here, it seems. Okay, so something to bear in mind against the Sicilian defense. This early f4 system in this position against the very popular Najdorf. So f4, very, very interesting. Hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks so much. Hi there. Thanks for getting to the end of the YouTube video. If you would like to see other Mikhail Tal games, I actually have an amazing course for Mikhail Tal, which is currently at 4.9 with over 400 students. You can check this out from the Kingscrusher TV page. So Chess Strategy and Tactics, Mikhail Tal's amazing games. You can check out some free preview videos as well here. If you do expand all sections, you can see the preview links to get some free previews. So I hope you do check out this course index and the free previews. So I really had a thrilling time actually checking out Mikhail Tal's games. So yeah, the YouTube video here you saw was just a sample from this course. I hope you check it out. Okay, thanks so much. Oh, by the way, comments, questions, likes, shares, all appreciated. And if you did get to this part of the video, please do leave some sort of comment like Tal fan. Okay, thanks again.